You will die this year if you are not prepared with these 5 things. What's going on, YouTube? Pistol Packin' Pilot back with another video. No, this is not clickbait. No, I'm not exaggerating. I've said many times, so many other YouTube channels have also been preaching this over and over and over again. Dark times are coming, guys. If you cannot see the handwriting on the wall, you must be blind. People have been screaming it from the rooftops. I have been screaming it from the rooftops. I'm screaming it from the rooftop again right now. We are all but already on the cusp of World War III. We're on the cusp of another war in this country, another civil war, another revolution. Are you prepared for what's about to happen? Are you prepared for the potential, dare I say, bloodshed that is about to occur? Are you prepared for the shortages of the supply chain again? Are you prepared for hyperinflation? These are the 5 things that you need to prepare. And the number one thing on this list, and I say it's the number one thing because you cannot survive for even 3 seconds without this, is guns and ammo. Get yourself some security. If you cannot protect yourself, if you cannot protect your family, then what is number 2 on my list is not even relevant because you're not even alive. You have to be able to protect yourself, get yourself some training so you know how to use it, be safe with it, learn how to defend yourself, God forbid, should you ever need to, because as I keep saying, and I pray I'm wrong, you probably someday will need to. The number 2 thing on this list that you will positively die without is water. Find a way to get yourself lots and lots of water. You need approximately 1 gallon per person per day. That means to have a 1-year supply of water. Just for yourself, you need 365 gallons of water. If you live in a household of 4, like myself, you need almost 1,500 gallons of water to be able to survive for 1 year. And that's my goal here, guys. You want to be able to survive for a year if and when shit hits the fan. So to reiterate, that's number 1. Make sure you have plenty of those, and make sure you have plenty of freedom seeds. How many freedom seeds do you need, you may ask? I don't know. How many people are you planning on possibly trying to attack you or take your shit? That is the answer to that question. How many attacks do you think your house could sustain? That is the question. I strive to be able to support my family and I for 1 year without any outside intervention. 1 year on my own. So you have to ask yourself, what does it take to do that? The number 3 thing on my list, and it's not quite as much of a factor in Florida as it may be in other parts of the country, but you need to stay warm. If you can't stay warm, you will die within 3 hours. You see where I'm going with this, guys? Rule of 3s, 3 seconds, 3 days, and 3 hours. Get yourself some shelter. Get yourself a way to stay warm should you have no power and you're sitting in a house that is 10 degrees above zero or even 10 degrees below zero. Or if you have to bug out. And speaking of bugging out, what if you have to bug out and you have to cross an icy river? You need a way to keep things dry. This is what I'm talking about, guys. You have to think about what you need to stay warm, to stay dry, to keep your family protected. I mean, if you've got to keep your clothes dry and you don't have any extra clothes, this is great. Get yourself something to stay dry and protected. Get yourself stuff to stay warm. Have a plan. What my plan is may not be good for you, and what your plan is may not be good for me. But you have to ensure that you don't freeze to death. The number 4 thing on my list, you notice how we're down at number 4? This is usually the number 1 thing people get when they think about preparing. And it's not nearly as important as you might think in the short term. In the long term, it is. But lots of times when people prepare, they bypass this, and they bypass this just to get to this. Yes, food. You need food. You have to be able to eat to survive. Absolutely 100%. And like I said, you want to have a year's worth of food for everybody in your family. Have a year's worth of water for everybody in your family. You can only survive for 3 weeks without food. So have a plan. This stuff is a little expensive. If you don't want to buy something like these emergency food packs, get yourself some Mylar bags. Buy some rice. Buy some dried beans. Fill up those Mylar bags with rice and beans and some oxygen absorbers. Get your wife's hair straightener, heat seal them, and store them away. And you've got 25 to 30 years on that. And you can just search on YouTube how to properly store rice and beans in Mylar bags, and you will find a plethora of videos on how to do that. So I'm not even going to go down that road. The information is out there for you. But have a plan with your security and your water and your warmth before you get to food. Remember, 3 seconds, 3 days, 3 hours, 3 weeks. And now we get to number 5. And I know a lot of people that watch my channel are stackers. They stack gold, they stack silver, they stack platinum, bullion of all kinds. And many of them stack that first. They stack that before they stack this, and this. And that's the wrong way to do it, guys. Because this right here is very important for hyperinflation or for a financial collapse. You have to have silver. You have to have gold. But you know what, guys? That's not what the most important thing is. You can survive a lot longer, possibly significantly longer, without bullion than you can without security, water, warmth, and food. Now, that being said, I wholeheartedly believe that if we have an SHTF event, the most likely scenario is going to be a financial collapse, a crash of the US dollar, possibly a global financial collapse. I wholeheartedly believe that we are well into the midst of the Great Reset. We are well down the road of a currency reset, and the powers that be pushing the CBDCs, the central bank digital currencies. Many of the countries already have a CBDC in place, up and running and usable. Our wonderful president has already directed Jerome Powell of the Federal Reserve to explore and possibly implement a CBDC in this country. When that happens, what do you think is going to happen to your money when it's just paper? A $100 bill right now is worth $100 because the Federal Reserve says it is, right? But what happens if they implement a CBDC? All of that paper that you have is now worthless, and everything is going to be a digital transaction. That means that the government has 100% control. You won't need to file your income taxes anymore because they will just take what you owe out of your CBDC account. If the economy needs to be stimulated, they can just put an expiration date on your CBDC Fed coins. And they can tell you that you have to spend all of the money in your CBDC account by X date or it's expired. And then you reset accumulating more Fed coins. What better way to stimulate the economy than to make sure that you will have nothing and you will be happy? But what if there was something? What if there was a way that you could take yourself completely out of the system? What if there was a way that you could have something tangible, something of value, a tangible asset, a commodity that very few people have? What if you had gold? What if you had something that was highly sought after, highly desired, and was extremely valuable because it has been money for thousands and thousands of years. It will continue to be money for thousands and thousands of more years, and it was very desirable. What do you think the value of something like that would be? I don't know. You tell me, guys. Like I say all of the time, I'm just a stupid fucking bus driver who wears a tinfoil hat and who identifies as a conspiracy factologist. But what if I'm right? What if something does happen? Would you rather be in the position that you're in, or would you rather be in a position like this? On the flip side of the coin, what if I'm wrong? If I'm wrong, I have security. And you know what I say? Guns are like condoms. Better to have one and not need it than need it and not have it. I have extra hydration. No harm there. I have extra warmth. No harm here. I have extra food. No harm here. And I still have something that is tangible, that's a commodity, and that has value. So you know what? I hope I am wrong. I pray that I'm wrong. Sadly, I don't think I am. Thanks for watching, guys. I am the Pistol Packing Pilot, and I am out. See ya!